Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Remaking Sands of Time in a data pack. So this episode I was originally planning on going over explaining how you can customize rooms and add your own rooms for generating in the tombs. It's getting a little more complicated than what I wanted, so we're gonna take a pause on that one, maybe next episode or maybe another episode after that. But for today's video, I want to catch you guys up on some of the stuff that I've been working on throughout the past few weeks. I've been focusing a lot on puzzles. Okay, so and a couple of bug fixes and a couple of changes and updates. So first off, you'll see here on the top of the timer, usually you'll have the colors yellow, green, blue for the lapis one, and red, but this ain't red, this is pink. So that's right, I've been wanting to add in a few different colors here into the data pack. So we have pink, we have a pink key that is located now under the vault. And you can see when I step on this pressure plate, yeah, this door doesn't open as you'd expect. So that's up for you guys how to figure out how to get to that key and to find the vault. So that's on you. You can find this in the most recent release. So that's another thing I gotta update you guys on. I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you this, but there's a beta 2 release that's now out for Minecraft 1.21.5. Maybe I did mention this in the video, or maybe I did and I edited it out mistakenly, sorry. But beta 2 electric boogaloo, it's right there, so you can download that and then give me some feedback, because I'm still looking for feedback from playtesters to see if anything breaks or what you would change differently in the game. Remember, the readme needs to be, you need to go into this folder first to access the instructions on how to install everything. And with this update, actually, I will say that there is a new version of the resource pack, so just make sure you're using the right one in your server.properties file. I would recommend going through the entire installation steps again to generate this structure in the liminal space dimension as well. This will be updated periodically, actually, throughout the next few beta releases, especially this building here. But yeah, you can also report bugs up here somewhere. I don't know, issues, yeah, on this tab. But anyway, back in game, speaking of updated resource pack, I have recreated the textures for the keys. So if I do loot, give myself loot, and then I go for like the red key, you can see I have redone the texture. So they are tiny. I just thought that they were obnoxiously large and out of proportion, so I wanted to make them smaller. So I think this is, I don't know, like a fun little cute size key. Cause like, I don't know, looking at the items, see, look, pumpkin pie, that's small. Cookies, these are ginormous. Like, these are crumble sized cookies. But I also wanted to mimic the art style that Minecraft has for a lot of their items. You can see a lot of them have that thick border around, like dark border around the item itself. So you can see that within these keys here that you have kind of a thick border as well. Now the lapis key, since it's a bigger vault, it is a bigger key. I actually may do a few more tweaks to this texture as time goes on. Not super happy with it, but it's there. We also have our lovely pink key vault. Look at it, it's so lovely, it's lovely. And we also have something else that I'll get to today, the gray key. So we could take a look at that, and I also have Cyan key. Interesting. Oh. Now there will also be a purple key as well, but I'm still working on some of the stuff for that one. That one's not going to be done for a long time, actually. So, but ultimately, what my idea is for the game is to be able to have the admin of your server, if that's you or your friend or whoever is the admin running the games, can have presets. And so you can say, okay, the normal game runs with a preset of, you know, the lapis key in vault, the green key in vault, the yellow key in vault, and then the red key in vault, where the green key, you know, would be at the bottom, and then red would be the word puzzle or something. But you can have a different preset saved where you have, instead of maybe the red vault, you have pink. And then you have different distances for how far you have to travel within the tomb to get to each vault or key destination. or just completely random. But again, that's plans for a future day. I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to get back and focus on the topic for today's video. Sorry. So the first puzzle that I want to talk about is the red key room puzzle. Remember this thing with the 3 words? Yeah, so the reason that red key and vault was replaced with pink for this version was because there was an issue with the versions of Minecraft that I was running into. Basically, the data in the player heads for these blocks was updated. So the syntax, rather, of the item component format was updated between versions of Minecraft, which broke all of the keys, the key structures, that is. So like all the information down here, you'll see that the solution is actually copied here. And what this command block does is it just checks to make sure that these blocks are the same as what's up here. And then there's another one right there. That repeating command block checks for those ones. And then these ones are checked by this bad boy here. And so once all of these were activated, all these torches would be turned off, and that would activate the gate. And you probably just heard it just there, so it would open. But there is an issue, a discrepancy with the item component formats between the blocks down here and the blocks that would be placed by the player up here, causing these command blocks, the check in these command blocks to never pass. It would always fail, even if you had the correct word. So I'm working on updating that. Once we get that fixed, we can put the red key and vault back in the game. It's just a very tedious process, because it's just this little change that I need to do to all these little blocks and all of these little structures. So, and then check everything to make sure it works. But yeah, so once we get that updated and running, double check for me to make sure I didn't miss anything. Now let's go back to the hub here. We can see that with the red key and vault out of the way, we have pink key and vault here in our generation, but the pink key is the one that's now under the timer in the hub, meaning that the green key has been pushed over into actual path here. Now the green key I've been using as basically the replacement for the red key right now. So the puzzle for the green key, I've decided to use the piston puzzle. So you probably have seen this in some of the games of Sands of Time. Usually this is just a parkour, you know, that's just hanging out on one of the exits from the hub. And there's a vault there, but it's not like a real vault. It just has some coinage behind it. And I always thought, man, that's kind of silly. Why would I make everyone do this puzzle if they want to, I guess? You don't have to, but why would they when you, if successful, only get a few coins from it? You gotta have some kind of bigger enticement, you know? And so that's why I put the green key behind this puzzle. I'm trying to get better at these ones, but man, they still just bend my brain in a weird way, because I feel like I always have to think of the end result first and then work my way backwards from that to the start. But yeah, I'll get better with time. But I wanted to also improve on the design for this puzzle, because in the regular game of Sands of Time, you just have like pistons and then levers actually, which is dumb because anytime you want to move a piston, you have to flip the lever twice, you know? So instead, I just have note blocks here. And so when you hit the note block, it has a observer down here. So you can just hit the note block and it will move the piston as so. So that makes it a little bit quicker to solve. Let me see. Is it like this? And then like this? And then like this? And then like this? And then like this, and then this. Guys, I think I got it. Yes, okay. Well, I didn't really think I was gonna get that time. So I also wanted to demonstrate the reset mechanic. So I thought you get 3 attempts to reset in the regular game of Sands of Time, but I think you only get 1. But oh well, I've put in a machine that lets you do it 3 times, because I feel like that will give another enticement for people to stay and take a shot at the puzzle, because if they don't get it the first time, they can reset 1 more time. See, the puzzle reset, and this light turned off, showing that you only have 2 resets left. So if I make a mistake, like, actually, I think that's the solution, never mind. If I make a mistake like this, oh no, I'm dumb. Let me reset again, and boom, we're back in business here, baby. So in terms of mechanics, all I'm doing is I'm waiting for the falling block of concrete powder to be able to fall in this hole and then trigger one of these pressure plates, which triggers a command over here, which, as you guessed it, unlocks the gate with these command blocks up here. Yeah, there's not too much trickery to it at all. The reset button is a little more advanced. So we have some redstone on the side here. We just have a counter, using this crafter as a counter for how many times they've pressed the reset button. And when the player hits the reset button, it activates this command, which will run a function that just, sorry, copies these blocks here over here into the puzzle area. Gotta hydrate. Yep, and that's about it for this room. I will probably add some more lapis in here. This looks kind of barren. I think I completely forgot about that, so I'll do that in a future release as well. Okay, so next up on our items of business, we have the Cyan key, and the gray key. Oh yeah, and there's some rooms that I want to show off as well that have puzzles in them. So here is the room for the Cyan key. Now it is a work in progress. You can see these walls. They're so interesting. Wow. Look at all that. No, I just wanted to make sure I got the mechanics done before I could go to the decorations. But you can see the key off there in the distance. And you have all of these copper bulbs. Some of them are on, some of them are off. So how do you open the gate? Well, you see the lava, so you gotta jump on these bulbs to get there. Look at that. So when you hop on a bulb, you actually trigger the bulb. Well, really, the redstone block that appears underneath you triggers the bulb, but yeah. So when you hop on it again, or a different one, to change the state of it. So you basically just have to hop along here and then find a path to make sure that they're all turned on before the gate will open, and then you get the key. Oh my gosh, I didn't put lapis piles in here either. That's okay, I'm not done with this room. But the thing about the Cyan key room is that the path for the copper bulbs will not always be the same. So you can see here, I can hop to this one, but then if I hop to this one, it turns it off. And so I have to figure out a way to go back to that one without failing and jumping in the lava. But once they're all on, the gate will open. Now, if and this is different between this vault room, or sorry, key room, and the other rooms with like the green key and the red key. You know, the green key, once the puzzle is solved, it's solved. Red key, once you get the right combination, it's solved. The gate is open. This one, if all the copper bulbs are on and then you jump on another one and turn it off, the gate closes. Yeah, so you have to make sure you find a way to get them all turned on before getting to the gate. One thing I didn't want to have happen is you guys to be able to trigger a bulb on and then jump and trigger it back off, because that would be cheap. You have to jump to a different bulb and then jump back if you want to trigger this one to change states. So yeah, the inspiration from this actually came from that game in Super Mario Galaxy where you have to, like, you know, light up all the panels and then it forms a picture or something. Anyway, so I hope you guys have fun with that. Moving on, let's talk about the next one. That is the gray key. There's actually not much to talk about with the gray key. This is the room, and you have to figure out how to get to it. So, good luck! I'm still working on creating a room for the Cyan vault and the gray vault. So these aren't actually fully implemented. You won't see them in the data pack when you run a normal game of Sands of Time just yet. So in a future release, they'll be added and you guys can play test around with those. There's a lot of things, little things that I still need to do to get these fully implemented, but just wanted to show you guys those, what I'm working on, and hopefully get you guys excited for future releases as well. So now you're asking, like, well, what the heck is implemented in the data pack right now? It's a good question. So there's 2 rooms actually that I will show off that are actually in, yes, the data pack as it stands right now. So I need to find them though. Ah, here's one. Okay, this one is interesting. This is a puzzle. And I don't know what you guys are gonna think about this one because it's not easy. It's the goal. Look, okay, let me explain it. The goal is to get all these lights lit up, okay? And you have 4 different note blocks here. Where are my torches? Okay, 4 different note blocks here, and each of them will have a different block underneath for a different sound. And they actually all do different things, but they light up the lights or turn off the lights in a certain way. So sometimes if you're just playing around with it, you can actually get all 4 to light up. Actually, wait. No, that wasn't it. Crap, was it that one? It was probably that one that I needed to flip right there. Oh, man, but you can spend a lot of time on this. There we go. Okay. Oh, there go all my torches. All right. So once you do get them all lit up, you can have this water that comes out, and then just swim up the water. Kind of hard to get through, but once you get up there, you can get up here. And there's a bunch of money up on this, like, chandelier thing. It's not really a chandelier because there's no lights on it, but yeah, you get a lot of coins from that. So, yeah, I don't know what to do about this room. I really like it. I'm going to keep it, but maybe make a few tweaks, depending on your feedback. If you guys think it's way too difficult and no one does it, then I'll try to make it easier for you guys. So, but if I make it easier, it's not going to be as rewarding, right? So I don't know. Hopefully you guys like that, but moving on. Okay, so here is the next puzzly room that is in the data pack right now currently, but still needs some work. So just take that into consideration here. We've got 3 entrances. We've got this way, that way, and then if we're gonna go up these stairs, you have that exit over there from this room. There's also a staircase here, which leads to a path that will lead up to a platform up here with lots of lapis. But how do you get there? Well, you see some targets, you see some logs in your way, you see a hole that I punched in the wall to demonstrate that these logs have pistons behind them. So the targets will activate the pistons to retract the logs, but you have to do it in the correct order. So you can't just start shooting things. Otherwise, if you get it wrong, yeah, so it's hard to see because I was turned, but the floor underneath you will retract. So see, all those blocks retract. So you have to come over here to the key. So you can see the 7 log types and 7 targets. You also have this block of bamboo to kind of symbolize that that corner represents this corner. So it is flipped. Maybe something I'll change if it's too frustrating for you guys, because I get kind of frustrated with it, honestly. But so let's see. So the first one is birch. So if we look at here, we see this target represents the birch log. So I go up these stairs and then I shoot this target. So, the birch logs have retracted. So next one is, I don't know, what is this? Spruce? Okay, spruce. I don't know which one the spruce were. That was obviously not spruce, so I fell down. But if we take a look back at our key here, so this is spruce, so it's down here. So I need to hit this target, then this target. Okay, so I can do that. So let's go here, and then jump on here, and then go here. And then we've made it to the jungle logs. I don't remember where the jungle logs were. Was it that one? It was that one. Let's go. Okay, last one. I don't know. I wasn't really paying that close attention. I was wrong. Okay, I fell down. Oh well. But yeah, if you could get all 4 of those, then you can reach the pile up there, and that's the puzzle. The thing that I like about this puzzle is it's a side quest kind of thing. You don't necessarily have to do it, and you do get a decent amount of lapis from it. 50 bucks. Maybe I might up the ante there. But yeah, give this one a try and let me know what you guys think about it. So I know there's a bunch of other little things that I'm glazing over that I've just been doing for the past few weeks. Little micromanaging things that I am just drawing a blank on right now. I can't remember all the things I did. So that's going to end the episode here. That's it. I will see you guys in the next one where we will probably, I'm going to say it again, probably go over how to add your own custom rooms into the data pack. Woo! It's exciting, but there's a lot that you need to learn before you can do that. So the next episode will probably be really long. I'm sorry. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.